It can't be Taco Tuesday if we don't make the official sound of Taco Tuesday to get it started. Here we go, and there we go. Right. Outstanding. Welcome to Taco Tuesday, American Cornhole organization. It's the way we celebrate talking ACO, T-A-C-O. I got to figure after over 100 audio episodes of the podcast and what seems like maybe only 2,000 or 3,000 of these, you have figured out where that came from. At least I have, finally. I'm Finn the Loudmouth for the ACO. He is Frank Geers, the Cornhole Dude. Glad to have you along for the ride. As always, we invite you to share this episode of the Taco, brought to you by our friends at Hemp Streets. Hempstreets.com, aggregating all kinds of great CBD, hemp oil products, all sorts of things, anything that has to do with the natural nature of what the benefits of hemp and the products are. And I don't know if you noticed, did you notice I changed up our display this week?
No, I really didn't notice.
You didn't?
No.
Because this was over here, and this soap was over here.
Hey, that's a good change.
How about that? How about that? But
I didn't even notice that out there.
There's
though.
lotions,
Got a little lotion going
there's
there.
additives, there's soaps, there's aromatherapy, pain relief, anything and everything you need, and 10% off if you type in TACO10. That would be the 10% when you check out. Get whatever you need. Check out TACO10, 10% off, free shipping over $15 on your order. So thanks to Matt and the crew at Hemp Streets for sponsoring the Taco this year and providing prizing. In fact, we've come up with a new way to do the prizing, which involves you just receiving the email that you need for prizing and a code, and allows you to go in and shop on their website so you can go look around. We were bringing products to the events, but I don't know that it was as beneficial for you as it would be for you to be able to explore the site and look around.
It's much better if I can go out there and pick through the products I can use.
Well, and read up on them and find out what they do. And now Matt from Hemp Streets is planning to join us, I believe, in Hinckley, Minnesota. He's going to come out and get a chance to meet a lot of you and explain to you what a lot of the products do and be a little bit more engaged on that front as well. But
that's a big one too.
Business has just been crazy.
Hinckley
is going to be
like
big.
$23,000 on the line at least. Plus our little pitfall money on the line.
Pitfall money. We got some cool things coming with that we're working up there to finish the season. More on Pitfall later on as well. But again, please remember to share this episode because it could earn you a free ACO t-shirt. We're even talking about making a specific Taco t-shirt that would be the shirt that we give away.
Absolutely.
Moving forward.
Not talking about it. It's in development.
Oh, it is in development.
Yeah,
how about that? Well, we talked to R&D, and apparently they went in and started working on it ASAP and did not bring me in, FYI. So I did not know that it was already in the works. So that's awesome. Okay, so this past week, though, I will say we did not have a share winner because everybody who did share is someone who's already won. So we need fresh meat in the share department. So if you haven't shared an episode or you haven't won a shirt as a result of sharing an episode, please do so. Let's just say your odds this week are pretty damn good.
Well, and we appreciate those people that do keep sharing.
Of course we do.
Well, so don't stop sharing.
Of course we do. No, and that doesn't mean that somewhere down the line we might not change it up and there might be something else in there. So we do want you to share because ultimately what this show is about is spreading the cornhole love, spreading the ACO love, and extending the ACO family. So there you have it. Also, we do have the Tahoe Jerky Trivia Contest every week on Xtra Cheez. That's the interactive program after this, where we get a chance to interact a little bit more one-on-one with you. And we did have a winner for that. Our boy Galen Wood out of Muscle Shoals, Alabama. How about that?
How about that?
He got the answer right. The question was, where did the ACO King, Gary Ferguson, Fergie to many of you, where did he make his first tour stop while out overseeing his new kingdom nationwide, where he had a chance to meet his loyal subjects, sign some autographs, and rep for not only the ACO, but just the sport of cornhole? And the answer was Las Vegas.
Well, Hubbard knew the answer.
Yeah, Hubs knew. Well, a lot of you knew because he told you during
you just pay attention to me, and I'll give you the clue
during the episode. So if you're wondering what the answer is during the Tahoe Jerky trivia question in this episode of Xtra Cheez, just pay close attention to him. He'll probably give it away. But anyway, congratulations to Galen. And what's so funny is a lot of people don't know that much about Muscle Shoals, Alabama. You were asking me, what is a shoal?
What is a shoal?
And,
I had no idea.
Just off the top of my head, some of the things, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's the largest city in Colbert County, Alabama, in the United States. What was the other thing? Oh, it's right along the Tennessee River. I know that. Shoals are kind of the built-up sand and different formations that are within a river. There's a thing called the Muscle Shoals Sound, which a lot of bands used. It's obviously very prominently mentioned in the Sweet Home Alabama.
You were talking about that.
You know, I think, Henry Ford did some development back there. I'm trying to remember this from my history classes. Right around early 20s, I think Henry Ford did some development down there. And anyway, it's a big part of the Cherokee hunting grounds dating way back. And so there's a lot more I could tell you, but we just don't have the time. And my computer froze up, and my Wikipedia
entire show dedicated to Shoals.
My Wikipedia is not working as quickly as I had hoped it would. So let's get back to the program. All right, Galen, congratulations, nicely done. And we always like to share the spotlight when we can. So what do you say? We get a little Whole Nation. We'll take a sip of beer.
Another sip of beer.
Let those guys take over for Whole Nation.
Let's do it.
How about that?
Come on, Rich. Trace.
Thanks, Frankenfin. Frankenfin. Did you hear that? Frankenfin. That sounds like a monster fish created by a mad scientist in a laboratory. Or maybe like a combo meal, a surf and turf that you can get at your local hot dog stand. Anyway, I'm Rich Pyle, reminding you to tune into Whole Nation tomorrow, Wednesday, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We've got a great show for you. We've got our own Youper, Bob Heil, and his sweet buns. We have the owner of R&S Boards and the creator of Sack Relax, Cody Rogers. We also have the Get to Know Your ACO family and so much more. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, Wednesday, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But now, let's head back to the ACO laboratories to Frankenfin. Oh, by the way, guys, I'd like to put an order in for a number 2 combo. You know, the surf and turf, the Frankenfin.
So, Finney, the next time you're at your local restaurant, you better order up the Frankenfin. That's pretty solid.
The Halloween episode, I guess. We couldn't hold that off until Halloween. I love the Frankenfin, and I love the fact that that Rich seems to have some sort of chemistry lab in his home now. He's like
creating little creatures and
a medical office there back in the background. I don't know if he and Tracy get back there and look through the microscope. Sometimes they probably have to. Hey, all right. Thank you much. The Frankenfin is on the job. That's going to be a good episode. It should be a lot of fun to watch. So check that out. It's going to premiere Wednesday, tomorrow night at 6 o'clock Eastern. Keep in mind that's Eastern. So depending upon where you are, you won't miss it. Let's see, upcoming events before we get to the results this past week in Sioux City. This is pretty cool. We're going to start with this one because this is one that we teased in an early promo. I think I put it out last Friday.
Yep.
As I said, we were going to be juggling some. I don't know if you saw this one, but I only had to cut it one time.
Dude, it was awesome the way you pulled that together.
Juggling all sorts of different topics for the taco, but one, and I'm going to hand the floor to you. This is pretty cool. July 9th, the ACO Pro Invitational. One of many reasons it's awesome to be an ACO Pro, especially as we continue to work on more of things like this in season 17.
Yeah, this fires me up. I'm so excited about it because it is the first of many, we hope, Pro Invitationals. This one is structured a little bit different than some of the future Pro Invitationals. This one's very exclusive. I mean, there's $7,500 guaranteed purse on the line for our players. We are going to invite the top 8 players from the ACO to come and compete.
Top 8?
Just the top 8 at the end of the season. So at the end of the season, only 8 players get to go out there and compete. They are guaranteed of at least $375. The winner of the tournament wins $3,000. The other thing that's pretty cool about this, Finn, is we're also going to give each one of these 8 contestants 2-night stay at the Fairfield Inn in Jeffersonville, Ohio. This event is a spectator sport event. The group that's come to us is Destination Outlets. They want us to run this tournament for them at their mall. Lots of things for families to do up there that day. We're actually going to be getting some food trucks in. I think we're talking about getting maybe some live music tied to that.
Gee, I wonder who that might be.
Well, it could be a couple things. I might be able to pay Rich and his band to come down and be there, as well as maybe a little Max Geers action in the mix as well. So we'll see if that ends up happening. But this is all about the players, right?
Yeah, it really is.
So, and again, the way it's going to work is the top 8 players will have the opportunity to choose if they want to come to this event. So like I said, I forgot to say this too. We're going to give each player a $50 gift card for food and beverage the day of the event. This is Saturday, July 9th. You're going to get, each player will get a 2-night stay at the Fairfield Inn. Each player is guaranteed a minimum of $375
Right.
just for coming out. The only thing the player has to do is get themselves to the event. That's the only thing we're asking them to do is get themselves to the event.
Yeah, it's the key to everything. Just show up.
It is going to be set up as a single elimination tournament. It'll be live streamed, possibly broadcast on the Stadium Network, at least broadcast on our network, but it is going to be live streamed. It will be a best 2 of 3 event, and we're going to do one game at a time. And so you're going to be there. You're going to be there broadcasting this thing.
Yes, I will.
I don't know who will be your partner, but we'll find a good broadcast partner for you.
Very
but
good.
no, I'm really excited about this. Again, this is one of many of these to come. It is July 9th, and it is going to go out to our top 8 players.
Yeah.
So
You gotta love it, and that's one of those things where I even was saying in the promo, saying you know you got to sit there and go, well, what is my pro status? And I was kind of joking about that because clearly we're going to be using the pro status earned this year, this season, and joking kind of that you already know your pro status, but it's the kind of the next thought is, oh, better up that pro status maybe just a little bit, or I've never been an ACO pro. I'm going to get my game on here before the season is over. I will be. And now you can see why it's important to be in that top 8, at least for this particular event. So, again, very cool. July 9th, 2022. Looking forward to this. Jeffersonville, Ohio, $7,500 purse.
Can't say anything about it, but these pro events that we've got coming, some special things for our Corny 40 players as well.
Oh.
So make sure if you are a player out there on the ACO tour that you do everything you can, if you're that good of a player, to be in that top 40, because I think there's some very special things coming for you guys in the future.
Yes, there are.
And gals.
Every opportunity to grab some points, every opportunity to get yourself set up nicely in that Worlds in Branson, you're definitely going to want to do that, because I kind of know what he's talking about. It's pretty cool.
More to come.
But we can't get there until we get through season 17, and the next part of season 17 we're going to get to is Concord. How about this? This is pretty cool. In Concord, North Carolina, November 5 and 6. Look forward to having you out for that one. That's going to be a good one. And then November 12 and 13, we already know the numbers for this one are gigantic. Tupelo, good party all the time.
Tupelo, great party all the time. I can't wait to be back down there. That's just one of those that has become like Knoxville and Owensboro and Panama City Beach, just one that people want to get to.
Yeah, absolutely. November 19 and 20. Then we follow up nicely. It's the ACO Grand Casino Major in Hinckley, Minnesota. As we mentioned, over $23,000 on the line and then some. We got some cool stuff that we've got planned there. And again, it may be an opportunity for you to come out and meet Matt from Hemp Streets. We've got a lot of things going on.
Yeah, if you're a player that is playing for the competition, obviously you're playing in the ACO. But if you're a player that is playing for money, you got to get out to that Hinckley one, because the opportunity is there. I mean, It pays deep, and it's a big purse for a major, for sure.
Absolutely. And then and mark this one on your calendar too. And the reason that I say this, November 19 and 20, York, Pennsylvania. This is one of those. I mean, we've got right at a month. Okay. Between now and then, I don't know if you, depending upon where you live, know people that play in the area that have their own groups, or it doesn't matter what organization even that they might play with. Let them know, because as we come into these cities that we've just kind of get started, we want as many people to come and join us and see what the ACO experience is like. So it's a great opportunity to invite them and then ultimately get the credit for having done so when they come in and join up and have a good time at these tournaments. So York, Pennsylvania, November 19 and 20 at the Expo Center there. That's going to be a lot of fun too. And we invite you to invite anyone and everyone.
Yeah, and the York one's pretty cool for our East Coast players, because we're actually going to be there twice this year, I believe. Once in the fall here and once in the springtime slot. So players on the East Coast, those players from Maryland and Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area, even the Virginia area, that's going to be a great one for you guys to attend. So if you're looking for a place to grab some points, get out there. There's some money tied to that one for sure. So York is a big one.
And we continue to kind of creep our way up towards the Northeast as much as we can. And ultimately, Portland, Maine is going to be a really cool destination. That's one I want to go to, and maybe just see if I could beg out of doing any work, because I just want to see the area and watch it all happen.
It's been a bucket list for me, for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what happened this past week. As we look back over the Sioux City Major, a lot of names pop up multiple times on this one. one of which probably hasn't even slept since it all went down and hasn't stopped talking about it. We'll get to it here. I'm gonna name this person here just when we thank the team for putting it all together. How about the Candlers, Tina and Aaron, Sean Priest, Dan Mead, nicely done.
Well done.
Well done. We got
Heinerman was there
Heinerman,
doing his thing. So
I noticed he did
part
not
of the big team. He
not put his name on the team there.
He forgot how to spell it. I think.
Yeah, but it's what's funny is we got a little TV out of it too. I mean, the businessman was on TV there in the local station talking about coming up from Alabama to be part of it. A little bit of his history with the boy,
local news crew out there.
So it's always good to get a little extra juice for the individual players and for the ACO and Aaron Candler. I'm gonna have to have a word with you, just so you know. But the results, how about this? The Pitfall Challenge. Bob Heil and Wayne Rao, nicely done. I saw Bob. Bob was posting all weekend long. He had a really, really good first day. And that's all I have to say about that. But nicely done there in the Pitfall Challenge. The ACO Quads is Blanton Tabers and Team Gammon. We've seen Team Gammon showing up strong a couple of different times throughout the course of season 17. In the blind draw, Heil and Stacy Van Gilder were outdueled by Aaron Candler and Bracy Blanton. And I'm trying to figure out who carried who. And that I'm pretty sure I know.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, we'll find. I'm sure we'll find out. I'm sure if we just hit
that Bracy cat is pretty darn good.
Yeah, he really is good. You talk about a future star, but
I think Aaron had a great weekend.
Yeah, no, he really did. I saw many trophies, and I love this new thing that's going on with the trophies.
Dude, that was classic.
Where are those pictures?
We needed those pictures in this week, so we got to start that trend. But we'll get it out there.
All right, we'll show you what we're talking about next week. If you didn't see these pictures on the Facebook page, but when you get these trophies at the majors, this is what we want. This is what we expect of you now when you win your trophy. This is the good stuff right here. ACO Senior Singles, Bob Heil, there's his name again, right on top of
Bobby
seniors.
Heil.
Nicely done, made it worth the travel, I'm sure. Dan Mead, nicely done in second. In first place, well, let's go 3-2-1 in women's singles. It was the rise of the woman and the year of the woman in the ACO. So Karen Richardson third place, Stacy Van Gilder third, and Maggie Machine Gun Geiger. How about that?
Working it back. And I think this is their first tournament major-wise this season so far. So
Maggie and Wayne.
Yep, the whole crew. Yep. Bob Heil and Frank and those guys. I believe this is the first major they've made it out to. So.
Outstanding. All right, co-ed doubles. Team Richardson third, Wayne and Maggie second place to Stacy Van Gilder and Bracy Blanton. There's that name again. Bracy, nicely done. Stacy, nicely done. ACO World Doubles Tier 2 was Custer and Zimmerman taking the top spot in Tier 2. And then in ACO World Doubles, it was Wayne Rao and Maggie Geiger taking third place on the second place podium. Kevin Irwin and Carl Stenger. And in first, Aaron Candler and Dan Mead. Again, a banner weekend for Candler and Mead. And Mead, we're starting to see his name popping up quite a bit.
Kevin Irwin and Carl Stenger. It's fun to see their name up there too because they have been hardcore ACO players for a long time. Appreciate their loyalty and stuff, and it's always fun to see them in championship matches like that. So great players, good folks. But Aaron Candler, how about that though? Once again, I'm not sure. He always is drawing these great players like Dan Mead and Bracy Blanton. Aaron, it's all about you though.
Yeah, it really is. Well, and we'll
cheers, baby. Nice one.
Obviously we're going to be able to toast to you when we get to the singles results here. Let me take a look. Travis Klein Sasser, nicely done in Tier 3. Sean Priest, Tier 2, well done. And then let's see.
Yep.
Ooh. All right.
That's on page 4.
Okay. ACO World Singles, third place, Bracy Blanton, the aforementioned. Matt Gammon, second place. And first place, as we expected, Derek Williams. Nicely done. A nicer guy you're never going to meet.
Dude, Derek Williams, though, we were just down in PCB. He was down at PCB. I think he finished third down there and ended up clearing the books down here and finished in first place.
Yeah, just a great guy. And no, you're not going to find a more positive attitude, except for maybe mine, because when I'm very positive when I'm out there. I'm positive this is some bull stuff. Anyway, Certified Official of the Week. This is a cool one, too.
I love this.
If nothing else, just take a look at the cover of their Facebook page right here. Chris Evans and Ricky Freeman out of Rome, Georgia.
Chris
Roman
and Ricky,
Cornhole.
Great freaking job. You guys are killing it. Keep it up, baby.
And I got to be honest with you, I love the aggressive nature of the name of your group, because if you have that as an email extension, we have trouble getting anything through sometimes in an email with the word cornhole in our email address. With Roman Cornhole, you've gotten very specific, and I'm surprised that gets through anyone to anyone anywhere, but it's a great name. I love Roman Cornhole out of Rome, Georgia. Chris and Ricky, nicely done. You can see all the dates that they've got for their regionals set up there on screen, and it's I think that's the cover of their Facebook page.
I mean, those guys are
smart.
First of all, they're super fun cats. They've just been growing their player base. They've been around for a couple of years, and they've been growing their base down there. And I love looking at the schedule, dude.
Yeah,
they're organized. They're organized through the entire season. I love the way they got it laid out.
Yep, it's very cool. Great logo and good stuff there. So, and that's hopefully the kind of thing that we can do when we highlight COs or we highlight players or even places to play. We're still looking for your places to play. Taco at AmericanCornhole.com. If you got pictures, photos, videos, shoot them horizontally and put some audio on there. But show us where you're playing, what you're building, what kind of outbuildings you might have, or how you've got it set up where you go play, because we want to put the focus really on you. We know you'd much rather look at things like this than things like this during the course of the taco, but it's a great way for you to maybe pick up some tips on how people are doing what they're doing, and maybe go, oh, that's a cool idea. I can put that up there, and it's good for the rest of the season. So good job. Nicely done.
Well, and stay on top of submitting, like you just said, ideas of top COs across the country, because, it is because of you that it helps us understand how good a job these certified officials are doing. So you as a player, if you're in a market and you love your certified official and what they're doing for you, send us an email. Send us a testimonial on what they're doing for you and what makes them deserve to be on the show. Right. We would love to put them on.
And what it is, they're kicking ass and literally taking and adding names. That's what they're doing. Speaking of ACO certified officials, maybe you want to become one. You can easily do that at AmericanCornhole.com. The application is there. We continue to add more and more and more. And between Heinerman and Whitney, we have got you covered, and we're going to light some fires. We're going to continue to increase this player base, the membership base, and make these tournaments bigger and better all around the country, because that's what allows us to expand to new cities, whether it be in Enid, Oklahoma, or when we talk about being able to go places repeatedly.
Well, speaking of Enid, Oklahoma,
year in and year out.
The good news there is you just mentioned that we were in Sioux City this past week, but Enid has already back on board with us next season. So that is good as we go.
You got to love it. All right. So again, if you want to become an ACO certified official, learn more about what that means. I might have spoken to somebody here locally, about 45 minutes from here, who might be the king of his entire domain. He's got lots of zip codes to choose from, I do believe, where he is. So we're going to be reaching out to him to follow up. I'm looking forward to having you send us your information and apply and do the same. The product of the week, you can see it over Frank's shoulder. You've probably played on them. Heinerman called them his magic boards, these old Glory Series boards. And I kind of like them too, because it's an optical illusion. It tells you, here's where you should throw
Guide
the
you
bag.
to the hole.
Here's
Guide
where
you
you
to the
should
hole.
Honest to God, I could put it on a string and not still get it where it needs to go. But I do like this design because it absolutely it draws your eye to where you should be focused. And if focus is an issue, maybe these are the right boards for you. Give it a shot. You never know what could be the difference maker, even if you're just practicing, and it helps you build that muscle memory and that rote as to how you get it to go where you want it to go on a board like this. It's kind of cool. I think it's an awesome idea to have designs out there like that. And I do think, before we get into the extra cheese, again, congratulations and thanks to the whole team in Sioux City. That was a lot of fun, and we expect that to grow over the coming years. You heard the schedule of what we've got coming up. Very excited about all of that. Looking forward to getting out to more majors myself. I was looking at the schedule today to figure out here, there, and everywhere. Tupelo, I think, is the next place I get to join up with you, and looking forward to that party. But one of the things that we always like to do, too, is add a little something where we can. C.S. Alexander put this together. I think it's an interesting little feature. It's called, What Do You Know About the ACO? Or Did You Know?
Did you know
about the ACO? And so with that, we will turn it over to
grab your
that,
chips, grab your dip, and enjoy the show.
Absolutely. And we will see you for extra cheese on the other side. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. He is Frank Geers, the Cornhole Dude.
Keep on pitching.